Cats spend nearly half their waking life grooming, so if your cat is licking constantly, you probably assume it's normal. But here's the truth most people never hear about cat self-grooming. Sometimes excessive licking is actually a warning sign of stress, allergies, or even hidden pain. And later in this video, we're going to answer the most important question every cat owner should be asking, but almost no one does. Cats are famous for grooming themselves. In fact, cats spend nearly half of their waking hours cleaning their fur. So if you see your cat licking and licking and licking, you might think, that's normal, cats groom all the time. But here's the truth most cat owners don't realize. Sometimes grooming isn't cleaning, it's a cry for help. And the scary part? Many cats develop cat over-grooming habits weeks or even months before owners notice something is wrong. Healthy cat self-grooming keeps their coat clean, spreads natural oils, and removes dirt. But when grooming turns into constant licking, chewing, or biting the fur, you may begin to notice your cat losing patches of fur, developing raw skin, or even forming painful sores. In more serious cases, it can lead to conditions like feline dermatitis. The tricky part? At first, cat excessive licking can look completely normal. So today, we're breaking down 7 warning signs of excessive licking and why cats overgroom. And make sure you stick around, because one of these causes is something you probably haven't thought about, and it explains sudden bald spots in a way that surprises a lot of cat owners. So how do you tell the difference between healthy grooming and a serious cat skin issue? Let's start with the first warning sign. 1. Bald spots appearing on your cat. One of the clearest signs of over-grooming is the sudden appearance of bald spots. You might start to notice patches of missing fur, especially around the belly, inner legs, tail base, or back legs. And these areas often look unusually smooth compared to the rest of your cat's coat. This usually isn't normal shedding. In many cases, your cat is actually licking the fur out themselves because something is irritating their skin. That irritation could come from allergies, flea bites, or simply dry, itchy skin. And here's something many people don't realize. Even a single flea bite can trigger intense itching in sensitive cats. But fleas are only part of the story, because the next cause might actually be coming from inside your home. 2. Allergies you didn't know cats could have. This usually isn't normal shedding. In many cases, your cat is actually licking the fur out themselves because something is irritating their skin. That irritation could come from allergies, flea bites, or simply dry, itchy skin. And here's something many people don't realize. Even a single flea bite can trigger intense itching in sensitive cats. But fleas are only part of the story. Cats rarely scratch like dogs. Cats usually respond by grooming excessively, which means many owners mistake allergy symptoms for normal cat grooming. But wait until you hear about the next cause, because it has nothing to do with skin at all. 3. Stress and cat anxiety. Believe it or not, stress is one of the leading causes of excessive licking in cats. Cats are extremely sensitive to changes in their environment, so even small disruptions can have a big impact on how they feel. Moving to a new home, introducing a new pet, sudden loud noises, or even subtle shifts in their daily routine can all create stress and trigger anxiety in ways that aren't always immediately obvious. When cats feel stressed, grooming releases calming chemicals in their brain, so they start licking more and more until it becomes a habit. This condition is known as psychogenic alopecia, where cats literally lick themselves bald as a way to cope. And if you've ever wondered whether cat calming remedies actually work, stay tuned, because later we'll talk about some surprising cat anxiety remedies that can help stop this behavior. And this actually connects to the most important question we mentioned earlier. So keep that in mind as we go through the next causes. 4. Hidden pain. Sometimes cats overgroom a specific spot, not because the skin is itchy, but because something underneath hurts. For example, Cats with arthritis often lick their joints. Cats with bladder infections may lick their belly area. Cats with nerve pain might obsessively groom their tail. In these cases, grooming becomes a way for cats to comfort themselves. So if your cat is constantly licking the same spot, it could be a sign of internal pain. And this is where things can get serious, because if the underlying issue isn't treated, the grooming can turn into open wounds and severe feline dermatitis. But the next reason cats overgroom might shock you, because it can happen even if your cat never goes outside. 5. Fleas. A lot of people believe indoor cats are completely safe from fleas, but that's not always true. Fleas can still find their way into your home by hitching a ride on your clothing, coming in through other pets or visitors, or even slipping in through open windows without you noticing. For cats with flea allergies, it doesn't take much. Just a single bite can trigger intense itching and discomfort. As a result, your cat may start constantly licking or chewing at their fur, often leading to noticeable hair loss, especially around the base of the tail. What makes this even more difficult to catch is that you might never actually see the fleas at all. And while fleas and allergies are common causes, they're not the only triggers, because the next one often comes from something well-meaning owners do without realizing the effects. 6. Overbathing your cat. Cats rarely need baths. Their natural grooming keeps their coat clean and healthy. But when cats are bathed too often, it strips away their natural oils. This can lead to dry, itchy cat skin, cat coat damage, and increased grooming to compensate. Ironically, trying to keep your cat cleaner can actually make cat skin issues worse, which is why most veterinarians recommend bathing cats only when necessary. And if your cat is constantly licking after a bath, the shampoo might be irritating their skin. But there's one last cause of cat overgrooming that surprises many pet owners. And it involves something that naturally happens to cats as they age. 7. Hormones and sleep disruption. As cats age, changes in their hormones and sleep patterns can begin to affect their behavior in subtle ways. Some cats may become more restless or have difficulty relaxing, which can lead to increased grooming as a way to self-soothe. In these situations, veterinarians may suggest calming approaches to help support your cat, such as improving their environment, using pheromone diffusers, or adjusting their diet to better suit their needs. In certain cases, they may also discuss options like melatonin to help regulate sleep and reduce stress-related behaviors. This should always be done under proper guidance, because the truth is, excessive grooming isn't always just behavioral, and sometimes it's your cat's only way of signaling that something deeper is wrong. Now, here's the part we've been building up to. We mentioned this earlier, and this is the one question that matters more than anything else when it comes to your cat's health. Are you ready? The most important question is, when should you worry? After everything we've talked about, this is what really matters. How do you know if your cat's grooming is normal or something you need to take seriously? Healthy grooming usually looks relaxed and occasional, with a smooth coat and no signs of damage to the skin. But if you start noticing bald spots, red or irritated areas, constant licking in one specific spot, or even scabs and sores, that's your signal to take a closer look and not ignore it. These changes are often early warning signs that something deeper may be going on, whether it's irritation, discomfort, or an underlying issue that isn't immediately visible. And catching them early gives you a much better chance of addressing the problem before it gets worse. Catching the issue early can help prevent more serious skin conditions and infections, and the sooner you understand what's causing it, the easier it is to help your cat feel comfortable again. So remember, grooming is completely normal for cats, but excessive licking isn't always harmless. The good news is, Once you identify the cause, there are real solutions that can make a difference. If you found this helpful and want more simple, practical cat care tips like this, make sure to follow for more. And before you go, take a look at your cat right now. Are they grooming normally or showing one of these warning signs? Because the earlier you catch it, the easier it is to help your cat feel better.